In this video, I'm going to tell you about the most 5 important people that you need to know when you're getting into real estate. Now, these are all my opinions. So if you disagree or if you agree, put it in the comments, let me know. Well, I'll start out. Number one for me is a mentor. So having a good mentor is valuable in many different ways. Knowledge is absolutely the best way. Now, you learn from their mistakes and you learn from all the things that they've done, went through, and all the things they know. Now, the common misconception of a mentor is that they're going to hold your hand. That is not what they're in place for. They obviously don't want you to make mistakes, and that's the whole thing. Now, um, some people feel like the mentors should hold their hands a little more. Some people don't. It also depends on how you find your mentor. So you can find them multiple different ways. I found mine through actually another mentor that I signed up with a program that I found through YouTube. And that original mentor I no longer really work with, but the original content helped me out really well and then introduced me to my mentor now, Joe. And now I paid a fee to get into his course. And it's a very small class. There's not a lot of people in it. So, very valuable to me. When I first signed up, um, I had one duplex, and in the year time, now I have two duplexes. I've did a flip, and I'm looking at multiple other properties. Now, this may not sound like a huge improvement, but considering I had that one duplex for like 3 years and made no other deals, it is big for me. And the thing is like with him, he really pushed me more than anything to the top of my potential. So we do weekly calls, and he at one point would ask why people don't have deals. They kind of ask that weekly, like, why are we not doing this? So in our calls, we bounce questions off each other, and then he gets his experiences and what he can do to help. And then there's a whole group of people. Now, take advantage of the opportunity you have to have mentors. I also have some people I work with locally, but necessarily say they're mentors, but they're people I can reach out to for help at any time. So this goes with meeting in meetups and people in your community, bringing a value to them. I can't promise that immediately you can bring a value to somebody, but once you find what you can do that to not necessarily be in a circle or whatever, but people's time is valuable, so they want to make sure you're not wasting time when you're asking questions or whatever. They used to call them, I believe, tire kickers. I think that's the term. I don't, don't necessarily get the term, but that's what I've heard before. So this is part. This is the first part of 5 is find a mentor. Now, part 2, and this is not for everybody. It just depends on what you do. I think it's very valuable in the beginning. Find a real estate agent. Now, everybody knows finding a real estate agent is easy. There's thousands of them out there, and you probably work with them on your personal residence. Now, working with them on your rental portfolio is a little different. You want somebody that has experience in real estate investing. So not every real estate agent is going to help. They might even make it worse because they're looking at it as a I just need you to buy situation, not that this is a job or a business or whatever it is to you. They may just be down for that one transaction and thinking maybe they'll never work with you again. So I keep it pretty brief with real estate agents because you do need to know them. Once you get some more experience, they're not necessarily going to be as important, but I like to work with them just for the fact that they can do things I can't do, pull certain information, and they usually know the area very well, probably even better than me sometimes. And they can also write all the paperwork up for you, make sure you're doing that stuff right. So I know the previous person I talked about, my mentor, is not a big fan of real estate agent. So take it how you want to take it. A real estate agent is an important person to know. Number 3, a mortgage broker or mortgage company. These are very important because not every deal that you're going to find is going to work with every single lender. So already knowing kind of where you can start off is very important. If you're doing a rehab or you're doing a flip, you're going to want to know a hard money lender, which I talk about in some of my other videos. And you're going to want to know a DSCR lender, which I talk about in another one of my videos. Um, you usually don't do too many, like, say, FHA or commercial, unless you're doing some things like house hacking and stuff like that. But there's a ton of different loans out there. That's why you need to call a backup to a backup to a backup with a mortgage lender. Always go with the one that you feel comfortable with, that has the best rates. And they all have different rates, and they all have different requirements, and they all have different fees. So don't just go with one. Make sure you know a couple. You can reach out to local people to find mortgage lenders. You can look on Bigger Pockets. You can search the internet. Any way you want to go about it. Make sure you know at least 3 to 4 to 5 different lenders for when you're ready to make a deal. Now, number 4, and this is my, I guess, hot spot, is know some contractors. Now, I know contractors. I can put things together. I guess general contract my own jobs. Make sure you find the most important thing. You can find a general contractor to do all the work, but make sure you know a plumber, an electrician, a framer, a roofer, siding guy, gutter guy, flooring guy, individual trades. If you want to put individual things together, a general contractor will make things easier for you. They generally are a little more expensive because they're putting things together. Now, I say that this has been a hot spot for me because this is really where I've been burnt the most. A lot of them will come in and promise you the world, and the expectations won't be met. And then things get a little messy. As an investor, I'm trying to become better at getting these things done. So as I grow as an investor, this will get easier. And whether I want to decide if I just want to go full GC or want to GC it myself, that's just depending on how much work I want to put in it. So it's just something to think about. And last but not least, number 5, a bookkeeper and accountant. These things are very important, and this is something that I really missed the mark on, is my accounting and bookkeeping. I do have a CPA that's doing all the work for me. I don't do my bookkeeping very well. I look this year to add that to my own team. So you're always evolving and finding out what people services can offer you. I've left a few things out, like and I'm like, I'll find more people that I need to have on my team. But I just wanted to make sure that I put 5 out there, 5 people on your team that would be very beneficial if you're starting your investing career. If you're already a seasoned investor, please put in the comments additional services maybe that I haven't even thought of. But that's the video. If I brought you any value, just go ahead and subscribe. If you got any questions, put them in the comments. I'd like to hear from you guys and see what people you would want on your team.